Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another episode of Inside DB Rated. This is the dual commentary series where we go ahead and spectate random matches on DB's ladder and just check out what people are playing. So this is going to be a match between beautiful P4In on Magical Musket versus Zassy Kiss on Infernoble Knight. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. This is a match I actually just finished, so I'm not entirely sure what went down. Should be fascinating to watch. But Musket winning the RPS and opting for their opponent to actually start, so blinding second here. The opening hand for Infernoble is going to be Ancient Cloak, Fireflint Lady, Ash Blossom, DDR, and Gamma. So this hand definitely combos for sure. Curious as to how resilient it is to disruptions, but this definitely is going to be the full end board. Since the Musket player opened no hand traps, so their hands are going to be Starfire, Reborn, Cosmic Cyclone, Dancing Needle, and Calamity. Going to be rough, even though they are binding second. No ways to really actively break boards or have any hand traps to stop them. So going to go to main phase, normal summon the Ancient Cloak, and then Special Fire Flint Lady. Then those are going to be linked away for a copy of Isolde. Isolde effect on summon is going to search for a copy of Gearfried. And then the second effect is going to send 4 equips to summon out probably Armageddon Knight. This is a lot more standard now in Infernoble, just to try and get extenders to go into Appaloosa before Fiber, because this is more of a Fiber deck than anything. So we're going to go for Armageddon Knight. That's going to send the Plague Spreader. Then going to banish the Ancient Cloak to search for a copy of the Shea Brigandine. And then going to set and activate the Brigandine. And then those 3 are going to be linked away for Appaloosa. Yeah, Appaloosa before Fiber is like the main goal here. So DDR, pitch Gamma, that's going to bring back the Ancient Cloak. Should be in attack position. And then going to stack the Gearfried to bring back the Plague Spreader. And then those are going to be linked away for a copy of the Hcabe. And then Fiber effect is going to summon a copy of Despot 1. And then these are going to be linked away for Auroradon. You've seen this before. Auroradon going to summon out 3 tokens. And then Despot 1 comes back. And then we're going to go for probably Power Tool Dragon. Yep, that effect is going to reveal DDR, another DDR, and a copy of Durandal. Picks up a copy of DDR here. Quite good. Then going to go for Auroradon. That's going to tribute 2 tokens to summon the Colt Wing out of deck. And then Colt Wing on summon is going to summon out 2 level 3 tokens. And then the Despot 1 comes back. And then going to banish 2 warriors to add back Phoenix Blade. And then going to go for a copy of Arclight. And then DDR pitch Phoenix Blade to summon back the Plague Spreader. And then from here, going to Synchro Summon with the token and the Plague Spreader into a copy of Roland. Roland effect is going to activate for the end phase search, and then that with the Colt Wing are going to turn into a copy of Charles, which is going to end the board here. So Roland is going to mill Durandal to add a copy of Gearfried. And then the Charles will activate to equip the Durandal and then equip Oliver from deck. So definitely solid. Has a pop, a negate, and then 3 monster negates and Ash. So very, very strong board for sure. For turn, the top deck for Musket is going to be Parallel Exceed, so quite interesting. I guess this is a way to chain block the Musket Link monster, the Max, which is definitely important to resolve, so I do think this is pretty decent. Let's see how well they can fare breaking the board. Going to normal summon a copy of Starfire. That's going to prompt the Roland on summon pretty naturally. And then Charles is going to pop. Oh, but they have a response. Right, because Dancing Needle, so that's going to attempt to probably banish it. So this card is basically the equivalent of Nail Shadal Aerial. It just banishes 3 cards in the graveyards. So going to chain Arclight in response. Definitely have to. So Roland going to be equipped to the Charles, and then Charles will pop the Starfire here. But luckily, Monster Reborn going to come in to save the day, so that's going to bring back the Starfire. And then Cosmic Cyclone going to be used. So that's going to hit the Oliver. Oh, hitting Durandal instead. Now, I wonder why you would hit Durandal here. Maybe they're afraid of the revival effect, but that doesn't really make sense because there's not a lot of very good targets to summon back. Because like, there's not any Renaud in graveyard or anything. Since I'm fairly certain that Musket spell and traps generally target, so Oliver being here is going to be a big problem, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. Maybe there's another out to it that I'm just not thinking of. We'll see. Starfire effect, that's going to be negated by Appaloosa. And then going to link summon a copy of Max. Max effect, going to attempt Appaloosa. I'm pretty sure that they wanted to use the Parallel Exceed here. Yeah, going to use Exceed as chilling 2. So Appaloosa is going to be chilling 3 to negate the Parallel Exceed. And then Max resolves. That's going to search for 3 spells or traps. So that's going to grab Desperado, the Cross Domination, and the Crooked Crown. I have to read this one. During your main phase, you can special summon a Magical Musket monster from your hand, and if you if your opponent's main monster zone in that monster's current column is unused, that zone cannot be used until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. It's also during the main phase, not just your main phase. I misread that. So yeah, this is an extender, which is pretty decent here. So we can activate the Crooked Crown, asking to read some of the cards, but just going to be using them here. So that's going to summon Calamity out of hand. And then going to activate Desperado. Yeah, attempting to target the Charles that cannot be targeted. Definitely a misplay, I'm pretty sure, with that Cosmic. The Durandal wasn't really going to do anything. I mean, it would have brought back a body, but that wasn't going to matter that much. So yeah, definitely think should have hit the Oliver. Calamity going to trigger here. That's going to be negated by Appaloosa. Did you put away the counter to negate Exceed? I guess you didn't check logs. They definitely did. Like, they removed the counter thinking that they were going to negate Max, but then they just used that negate on Exceed instead. Because we know there were 3 negations on this, and then it was used on Starfire for 1, Exceed for 2, and then Calamity for the 3rd one. So this is definitely correct. Okay, so just a little bit of confusion, but gonna go into battle phase. I feel like if you want your Calamity phase to resolve too, why would you just hit the Appaloosa with Desperado, right? I don't know. I feel like these plays could have been maybe a little bit different. Or like you could just go into battle phase. Like battle phase, attack Appaloosa, because she's on 800. And then you could like hit the Roarodon. And then you could trigger Calamity. Especially on defense though, so it doesn't get value in battle phase, but still. Could go for like rank 4 plays. But yeah, the Appaloosa is going to be attacked over and then going to pass him here. So Charles is going to trigger the end phase. That's going to equip Durandal. So they already had Durandal anyways. So yeah, that Cosmic ended up not really doing anything. Apart from like fetch and Appaloosa in the gate. Yeah, I think the Musket player could have played that better for sure. Gonna activate the Durandal for Infernoble after top decking a red layer. So that's going to grab Renaud. And this should just be the end of the game. I'm fairly confident that Infernoble can play past the cross domination. And now they're asking why Charles can't be targeted instead of the turn prior. These are some interesting decisions from this Musket player. Excuse me. Whoa, I am just not able to talk right now. Renaud going to be activated. I think they played the turn pretty well up until the Cosmic. But unfortunate there. Maybe just not familiar with the matchup. But yeah, Renaud going to add back the DDR. And then going to Ancient Cloak, add back the copy of Torrent Scales, and going to normal the Torrent Scales. And then use the effect to pitch the red layer. And it's going to send a copy of Silent Boots. Oh, they're thinking actually of negating that. Going to actually use the cross domination. So it's going to negate the Torrent Scales. And then Calamity triggers here. That's going to summon back the Starfire. And now Infernoble knows the last card in hand is Parallel Exceed. So, I mean, they already actually knew both the cards in hand too, because this was searched as well off of the Max. Gonna banish 2 for Phoenix Blade, and then going to activate Phoenix Blade, triggering the Charles. That's gonna pop the Max. And then from here, you're gonna link summon a copy of Isolde, and yeah, the writing's on the wall at this point. Yep, that's going to just be the end of game 1. So, I think the Musket player definitely slipped up a couple of times here. Definitely happens. Misplays happen to the best of us. But yeah, I think the Cosmic on the Oliver was actually kind of. It might have been game-changing. The board could have absolutely been cleared for sure. But yeah, just unfortunate there. But we're going to move into game 2, and it looks like we're going to have Musket go second again. So if you guys are enjoying this commentary, definitely be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new here and want to see more commentary similar to this style. But the opening hand for Infernoble this time is going to be Connector, Double Torrent Scale, Hcabe Brigandine, and Renaud. So this hand is pretty good. I mean, it has a lot of normal summons, but lots of ways to have like really high impact normal summons as well. And then the hand for Musket is going to be Ash, Double Cross Domination, Caspar, and Dock. So it has a hand trap this time, although I think this hand can just push past it because Connector plus Hcabe Brigandine is going to just be a full combo here. Normal Summon Connector, going to use that effect. It's going to get Ash, and then going to activate Hcabe Brigandine, and then going to go for Isolde. Activate Isolde effect. That's going to grab Gearfried. And then going to special summon by sending 2. That's going to just kidding, setting 4. So that's going to send to summon a copy of Oliver. and then gonna special summon out Renaud, and then go for Renaud to grab back DDR. I wonder if they're still on the Genba or TG Striker as like a level 2 tuner target for Isolde. Maybe you just cut it. But yeah, gonna link summon a copy of Fiber. Fiber effect, that's going to summon a copy of Despot 1. And we're just gonna basically do almost the same combo as game 1. Except we have a Renaud on the field, so that could change things. But Auroradon gonna summon out 3 tokens, and then Despot 1 comes back. And then gonna summon a Power Tool Dragon, grabbing either Durendal or action units. Gonna pick up the Durendal here. And then gonna Auroradon, tribute away the Renaud as well as a token to summon out Coltwing. So planning on using this at some point. Gonna summon out 2 tokens off the Coltwing, and then Despot 1 comes back. And then Durendal gonna be activated. That's going to search for a copy of Oliver. And then from here, going to go for a copy of Boreal Savage Dragon. So that's going to equip a copy of Halkafibrex. The opponent is just typing some lyrics, I would assume. I don't know that song, so I can't really comment on what it is. Gonna go for Phoenix Blade by banishing 2. And then going to DDR, pitch Phoenix Blade to grab back the Oliver. And then those are going to turn into a copy of Shooting Riser Dragon. This is common to play around Joel. So that's going to send a copy of Plague Spreader. And then that's going to turn to level 5. Phoenix Blade going to add itself back. Going to pitch to summon out Oliver. And then going to turn those into a copy of Trish. And then going to synchro into a copy of Shen Shen. And then going to overlay for VFD. So VFD plus Savage. Pretty good. For turn, the top deck is going to be Desperado. Not too bad. This hand's actually fairly well equipped to deal with this board. Going to use Calamities, Calling Light. And then get a normal summon Caspar. And then activate Desperado. That's going to hit the Calamities. Chain Savage to negate. Chain Cross Domination negate Savage. And then it becomes 0, so we can just go Battle Phase and attack over. That's quite... Oh, wait, no, we can't because VFD. I am bad at the game. So yeah, I can't do that. But, I mean, that did help clear the board. And now this loses its counters as well. So this isn't too bad for Musket. Oh, they're just going to concede. I mean, to be fair, the follow-up in hand was quite good. Plus, there was a Shen Shen engrave as well, and a Plague Spreader. So it was like Shen Shen, Plague Spreader, Gear Free, Torrent Scale. Torrent Scale is another Isolde. There's no way that the one cross domination is going to get there for sure. Because it was just going to be game, I guess. Kind of surprised that they scooped instead of just playing it out, but I guess that is their decision. So that's going to be it for the match. I thought that this was going to be maybe a little bit more interactive, especially in game 2, but the game 1 was pretty good. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like if there's any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon or TCG Player. Just want to quickly thank my patrons here on the screen. But if you guys want to, you can support me there. And until next time, I will catch you in the next video. See you guys.